All right, welcome to the channel. In this week's video, we're going to have a look at a couple of guitars, my Jazzmaster and my Jaguar. And I will have put something controversial and clickbaity as the title, Jaguar versus Jazzmaster or something like that. But we're not comparing like for like. So this is a Mexican-made Fender Jazzmaster. This is a Squier Jag made in Indonesia. Both got modifications. This has got American Fender pickups in it. This has got a stay-trem bridge, so slightly modified. So yeah, it's Jaguar versus Jazzmaster, but it's my Jag versus my Jazzmaster. They won't all be the same as that. We are back or still in Pirate Studio this week, same as last week, because it's the same day. We might be back in Studio 5 in the future. And I think I'm trying to remember to tell people at the beginning of a video is please like the video, click the thumbs up, it will really help. If you haven't subscribed, please do. And if you want to drop a comment, that would be great as well. I think that's all the housekeeping. What's plugged in? Let's plug the Jazzmaster in and we'll start there. So there is a more detailed video on both guitars, or there's two videos, one on each guitar on the channel, so have a look at that if you want more information. But just to talk briefly about the Jazzmaster, Fender released the Jazzmaster in 1958, appealing to jazz musicians. That was the idea, that's why it got that name. Never really took off with jazz musicians, and similar to the Jaguar, it kind of took hold later on in alternative music and shoegaze and things like that. But yeah, released in 1958, which is why in 2018, Fender released a 60th anniversary model, which is this one. As I say, made in Mexico. It's an alder body and a maple neck. The Jag has got a maple neck as well. That is a poplar body. This is an alder body. Difference in scale length. Let me grab the other one. I'll put them both on the floor. And you should be able to see the headstock of the Jazzmaster is taller than the Jaguar. It's because the scale length is longer. This is 25.5-inch scale length, and this is a 24-inch scale length. So these are more kind of known as short scale guitars. So this is bigger. As I said, they both got maple necks. So you can see that there if I put them by B-cam, and we will have sort of close-ups and things. You can see the maple necks. So that's what this is, 60th anniversary Jazzmaster from Mexico. Longer scale length, maple neck. This has got a bound fretboard and block inlays, obviously. Single coil pickups, straight from Fender. You get kind of, there's challenges to the bridges on offset guitars. So both of these have been modified slightly. So on this one, I took out the Fender bridge and put in a stay trem, which looks like it might need a bit of alteration. But that's a stay trem bridge to stop the strings coming out of the grooves and to stop the bridge moving, which, you know, it did overnight. The Jaguar still got the Squier bridge on it, but that had a setup and a shim put in the neck to increase the pressure over the bridge. So that solved the problem on there. On both guitars, you get your regular kind of bridge and neck pickup, volume and tone, and you get a rhythm circuit up here with volume and tone. The Jag has got one other switch that we'll have a look at as well. So let's get some tones from this one. We'll start in the clean channel of the amp. We're in my Blackstar HT Club 40. Neck pickup, this one, clean. Bridge. And middle position. Same thing on the Jag. Neck pickup. Bridge pickup. And middle position of both pickups. Let's try the rhythm circuit. Volume and tone all the way on. Rhythm circuit on 10. And in the Jaguar, there's 3 more sounds because of this switch. So this switch here doesn't feature in the Jazzmaster, and it's a strangle switch or a high pass filter or something like that. Basically, it's kind of cut some of the bass frequencies, I think. So the neck pickup with the switch on. So the neck pickup with the strangle switch or high pass filter switch. Bridge pickup with the switch. You can really hear there that the low end isn't coming through. Turn it off. Oh, I can really hear it in the room. And then the other one is both pickups with that switch on. So without, switch it on. Okay, so that gives you some ideas of the 2 guitars. Really clean, the different pickup sounds, switching options. Go back to my usual setting, which, as I've said before, is the dirty channel, but the dirt pretty much all the way off. Neck pickup. So not really dirty at all. We'll kick on the Comfortably Plum, the drive side of that. So we're now in the bridge pick. The thing just to note here for both guitars is, particularly on drive sounds, because of the pots in the offsets, if I'm using a drive sound, I will dial the volume of the pickup back to about 8. So if I turn it up to 10, again, we're in the bridge pickup. That's at 10. If we go to 8, hopefully you can hear why I do that. I don't know if it'll translate, but it just cuts out the little bit of high frequency, which I don't really like. So yeah, the next few examples, I'll have both guitars at 8 rather than 10, but we should still be able to compare them. So yeah, bridge pickup. Neck pickup. Rhythm circuit. A little bit dirtier, Jazzmaster bridge pickup. Neck pickup. Bridge pickup. Now let's try a little bit of fuzz. Neck pickup. Neck pickup. Okay, so that should have given you an example of a bunch of the different sounds in the guitars, how they react to pedals, things like that. I guess things to note, things I like or don't like. I think I've enjoyed using the Jaguar more recently because it's newer to me. I like the short scale length of it because it's, I don't know, it just feels different. I've been playing this for a long time. And what is better on this, I think both of them, this being an Indonesian Squier and this being a Mexican Fender, could do with a vibrato upgrade. Down here, an AVRI vibrato or a mastery or something like that. However, this one is actually a lot more usable than the Mexican Fender one. This sits incredibly close to the body for some reason. Probably only needs setting up, but it's kind of hard to use. I've tried to get some video of that. Whereas this one sticks out an awful lot more, so it is much easier to play. When I bought the Jag, I wanted one to be kind of vintage spec, all the original switches and things like that. But what I found was a challenge is obviously in the middle of a song, sometimes you need to switch from your neck pickup to bridge pickup. And on the Jazzmaster, like pretty much any other guitar, you just bang with your hand or hit it this way and it switches. On here, you need to switch one pickup off. Let me try and demonstrate this. If I'm playing in the neck pick and I want to switch to the bridge, I've got to switch one pickup off, then switch one pickup off. Which was a challenge when I first got the guitar. Pretty quickly you get used to just hitting both switches at once. But rather than just one strike of your arm, you need to be a bit more deliberate. So I'm not too keen on that. I think I didn't really want some of like the Johnny Marr Jaguar has got just a three-way, I think it does something else as well, but I didn't want that because I wanted it to look authentic, but actually I don't use the strangle switch at all, and that kind of does my head in, so maybe a three-way selector there. In terms of how they sound, I think in the room I'd be interested to listen back. This sounds a bit darker and kind of murkier than the Jazzmaster. I mean, that's a Fender and this is a Squier, but these are American Fender pickups and that's got Mexican pickups in it. So these should be up to the job, whether like the wiring and stuff needs to be updated to kind of bring these out, or whether that is the difference. I don't know. As I say, I've been enjoying playing this a lot more recently. I haven't played the Jazzmaster too much. So it's actually today been quite fun to get it out and play around with it and find that you get such clarity with the Jazzmaster, which this one doesn't really have, but that's not why I bought this. I bought this to be like a real angry guitar, and it does that really well. I think that's everything I wanted to cover. I'm aware I'm running out of battery and things like that on cameras, so I think I'll sum up quickly, trying to remember if there's anything else I need to say. But let me know what you thought. Have a listen to the samples, all the different sounds in them. In terms of the finishes, I should have mentioned that. So obviously that is the Jazzmaster's black with tortoiseshell pickguard. This is charcoal frost metallic with a mint green pickguard. This has got a polyurethane finish, which will probably never crack, which is why I chose to put stickers on it and stuff like that. Have a look at the video all about this guitar for why that is. The Jazzmaster's got a nitro finish, so that should age a lot nicer, hopefully. But yeah, I think in summary, Jazzmaster versus Jaguar, I think the answer is you need both. And I'm glad I've got both. So thanks for watching this week's video. Like the video, please subscribe if you don't. Drop a comment, tell me what you thought, which one you prefer, which one sounds better, maybe what I forgot to do in the video that you want to see in a future one. And if you like the video, if you like the setting, me coming into studios and things like that to make these videos, there is a tip jar in the comments. If you want to chuck £1 or $1 or something in there, that'll help me pay for another studio to make more videos. But for now, I'll see you on the next one. These guitars actually took off with surf bands, and I do not play surf at all. But I think basically you just turn your reverb up and bash around on it. Sorry to any surf players. So here is the Jaguar. Bridge pickup. More reverb. Neck pickup.